Mike Gill, State of Corruption. Maybe some of you read I was jailed on Friday. That's right. Before I tell you this, and I'm going to go through that story, do you know why I was jailed? Because when I'm done this story, and this story is going to be seen nationally, I'm going to see to it. And I know that it will. Because it was only the fix of a Senate race. Ayotte, Hassan, and Erin Day. And if you remember, the Senate race in New Hampshire was the most contentious race in the whole country. There was only 2 or 3 states in the country that could have gone either way. And the Senate itself was imbalanced. It could have gone either way. So, and this may be true, but I heard that it was the most expensive Senate race in the United States. Because it was that important. And you know who was the most important for? The drug dealers and the corrupt in the state. And it was Bill Shaheen. Okay? So let me then take you back now. And I am telling you, when I'm done, you're going to realize that the Senate race in this state of New Hampshire was fixed. And when President Trump is telling you about election fraud and you're laughing, well, how about we look at this? And it'll be the size that none of you have seen before. And this will carry on beyond to other states and open up investigations in other states. All right? So let's start. I went to court on Friday for a show cause. Show cause about the alimony. Listen, they want double what I made. It wasn't about alimony. It's about closing my business down. Because mortgage specialists support state of corruption, and we're breaking them. And they know President Trump is coming in listening, so they got to shut me up. Think about, so in other words, and it's not just about the corruption with the drug dealers. I met Erin Day. Erin Day lives in Bedford. Aganos, Cruz, Griner also lives in Bedford. He bumped into these drug dealers. He knew about these drug dealers. And he mostly found out about these drug dealers from a previous town manager of Bedford who was sued 7 times by Griner alone. He was petrified of these people, Mike Ospecki. I met with him. Mike Ospecki's son was arrested with Alex Aganos. You know, the czar of drugs' son. Yeah, little Abner. So now these 2 beds gets arrested. Aganos comes in the Bedford Police Department. You should watch that tape with that secret meeting. And they both walk. Except for Mike Ospecki knows Aganos is the biggest drug dealer in New England. He told me and said he was working with the DEA. And said the DEA had all these guys bugged. Right. He knew about the Banking Commission being corrupt. He knew about Granite State Credit Union. He knew about Auto Fair. Do you know whose name I got Cruz, Anagos, and Grinders from? Ospecki and Erin Day. See? But their enemy was also Ayotte. Ayotte was protecting the boys. My enemy was Ayotte also because I knew she was protecting the corrupt. So when Erin gave me this, he gave me this to save both of their lives. Senator Avard ran from them. Edelblum, who was running for governor, the spineless twit, he ran from them. So somewhere down a dusty list, he finds Mike Gill, and Mike Gill goes, I'll make it public. I sit down with these guys, and they prove to me that these guys are drug dealers. I go on finding more and more evidence. I have meetings with 5 state troopers that tell me they arrested Aganos. They're not questioning Aganos' guilt now. No, we're not going on with the trials. You know why? They own Erin Day. And they've owned them for a while. Let me explain now. Which is why when they sent me to jail on Friday, they set that up. This is how they set it up. Eileen is my paralegal, who's an associate of Erin Day. She tells me I have a hearing on the 27th of January. It was really Friday the 13th, believe it or not, in January. So she purposely missed that. They didn't even send a notice out. They set me up to know where I was going to be, to arrest me, days before I could get this information out to you. So here I'm going off to jail again. They couldn't have a hearing. I was innocent. My wife got paid off. This bitch is rich. Listen, if they offered me $50 million, you don't think they paid her? She knows what I know. They leveraged her and paid her off. Can't believe it? We're in there to pay her alimony. It closes down. Mortgage specialist in state of corruption. She doesn't get paid anymore. Well, I'm telling you this. She's crazy about money because her instructions was to close mortgage specialist. At the same time, the same son of a bitch, Francois, puts me in jail to be murdered. He makes my bail at $96,000 cash to keep on a Friday afternoon, thinking I couldn't get it up. And guess what? My son Michael found it for me. And I got out. And I got out to tell you I wasn't supposed to do this. They were going to finish me off in jail. Do you remember the last video 2 weeks ago of the children dying in jail from overdoses? I'm telling you, the guards, who do you think they threw me back in with? They had to kill me because I'll tell you why. Aaron Day, when he came to me there, I put together with the criminals protecting the drug dealers, Walker and Shaheen, right? McLean Law Firm with Ayotte. I had the complete picture. That's why I put those bastards on my sign. The law enforcement wasn't going to do anything. I called them out. I embarrassed law enforcement because they're involved in protecting these animals, and so aren't the media. See, brought them to a trial, forced them. They only tried to kill me a few times during the process. All right. So what happened with Aaron was there to go after Ayotte. Shaheen's in a lawsuit against me and Aaron. He's suing, the drug dealers in Shaheen is suing Aaron Day publicly. There's no question about it. $20 million. Now that's what I call extortion. They own Aaron Day. Bill Shaheen owns Aaron Day. Just before Aaron Day got bought, Aaron told me that Bill Shaheen called his attorneys for secret meetings. Now, I went out in court and said that. In court that Bill Shaheen was doing that. You know what those meetings were? Aaron Day cut a deal. And Aaron Day ran against Ayotte to beat Ayotte so Hassan can get in. The reason why Bill Shaheen wants Hassan in is he owns Hassan, as he does his wife Jean Shaheen. That's 2 Senate seats. And he would have that Momo Van Ostrin to be governor. He'd have owned the trifecta. Right. That's what happened. And when they weren't sure, and the election was close, I don't know if you remember this, but Aaron Day started coming up with all these brochures. Maybe one of you lucky New Hampshire voters got one. They must have cost $4 or $5 a piece. 3 different mailings on 3 different brochures across the state. I don't know, what are we talking, $1 million? Who paid for it? Wasn't Aaron. Aaron didn't have money for lipstick. Right. It was Shaheen finishing off Ayotte. Now, I'm telling you, Ayotte is a criminal. But I can tell you what we got now. We got Shaheen and Hassan too, which was my plan from the beginning. Take the cover out in Ayotte. Use the evidence against Shaheen, and when you get Shaheen, you get Hassan. Hey, and you don't think that's possible? Then tell me why Hassan melted her computer last week. You didn't read that? Yeah, your ex-governor destroyed her computer. Do you know why? Because she had communications with Bill Shaheen. She knows all about them trying to kill me. She knows all about Aaron Day working for Shaheen. They rigged that baby. Right. Just like they rigged it for Trump. Do you remember Gardner? Remember, I ran for governor. Off the ballot, my campaign manager with Aaron Day. You don't think they wanted him to take me out too, did you? My campaign manager didn't know I could register that day? Gardner didn't. Well, neither did he. See? Take Gil out, make sure he doesn't get on the ballot, wipe out Ayotte, and we got a home run. The only thing that backfired on was Sununu being governor. And just so you know, that I hate the Republicans and Democrats, you corrupt bastards, equally. I'm asking for good, honest people to look past politics. This isn't about President Trump. This is about justice. And if he comes in and arrests these bastards, I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Muslim, Christian, all honest, moral people should grab a hold and celebrate this. Because that's where we are. We can make history in this state and have an effect across this country. And believe me, everybody's going to see this across the country because a rigged Senate race seems to be news. And watch when you get all the bastards after it. You're going to get all the drug dealers because when you take them down, they go with them. And you got Aaron Day as a witness. Something tells me he's going to roll. Okay, Mike Gill, State of Corruption.